So we're going to go through a list of everything about Calgary that's important before you actually move here. My name's Tony Lewis. I'm born, raised, and rooted in Calgary, and I'm happy to go through this list with you guys. It's pretty interesting, the stuff that we're going to be talking about. So stay tuned and yeah, let's get at it. Hey guys, so Calgary's weather is definitely a yo-yo effect. We have these Chinook winds that come from the Rocky Mountains that really warms up everything, and then we get this Arctic air that comes down and really chills everything up. But it's not consistent. It can happen anytime. So we're in January right now, and a couple of days ago it was plus 14. And now it's dropping and it's going to be minus 10 to minus 20. So get ready for that crazy Calgary weather. Wait 5 minutes and it will change. That is definitely true when it comes to Calgary. For me, having this yo-yo effect, sometimes I get these major headaches because it's minus 10 1 minute, the next day or the next week it goes to plus 5 or plus 10. With Vancouver and Toronto, I think it's more consistent, but here it's not like that at all. So get ready for that yo-yo weather. Okay, so Calgary's cost of living reality is different. Okay, I would say groceries, utilities, and indoor facilities. Now, utilities for my place, I have a single family detached home that's a bi-level. I have four family members, and a lot of water gets used, a lot of heat gets used as well because we have an older home with an older furnace. So in the winter months, I would say I pay about $350 to $450 in and that's everything. So that's electric, that's gas, that's water, that's picking up the recycling and the garbage and the compost as well. So that's everything, and that's with NMAX. Okay, so that's not too bad. I think if I had an updated furnace, it wouldn't be that high. In the spring and summer months, it's more like 250 to like 350 depending on Calgary's crazy weather. Again, you never know. In June it might be cold, it might be like 5 to 10 degrees, and it's raining all the time, so we have to turn on the furnace. So just recognize that. Now when it comes to groceries, I think it's the 5%, yeah, but I think they up the price. Superstore and Walmart and Costco, they know it's going Alberta. They know it's 5%. They know they're gonna up the price a little bit more. So it's the same as Ontario that has GST and PST. So groceries across the board, across Canada, is the same. I think if you go to the mom and pop shops, you can get a better price for your groceries. Indoor facilities, YMCA, there's leisure centers, there's community centers, some condos as well have their own gyms and saunas and pools. So it depends on your area. Are you in a newer area, or are you more center, like central Calgary, where you have these facilities everywhere? And the cost differs. I think, family membership is going to be different if you're just going in by yourself. I can tell you this, it's between 15 to 25 bucks for drop in, depending what facility that you're going in. But there are a lot of facilities for, skating, hockey, basketball, badminton, all the workout areas, all that stuff that's here. So you don't have to worry about that. But the biggest one is utilities. So we have a whole bunch of utility companies here. NMAX is the big one. NMAX holds the contract for the water and the garbage recycling and the compost pickup. So just keep that in mind. So best areas to live in Calgary. Now this is a hard one. I can't just come out and say, this Arbor Lake is the best because it's a lake community, Or, you know what, I think that Beddington is the best community out there, or Seaton. It's hard because everybody's different. Everybody's comfortable with different things and they want different things. Some people want new homes, some people want older homes, some people want a huge backyard, some people want to be close to pathways or bars and clubs and that sort of stuff. So I know this sounds like a cop out, but I'm telling you, it just all depends on you. It depends on you. It depends on what you want. So if you want to drop a comment down and, just say three things that you want in a community, I can tell you two or three communities that kind of match up with what you're talking about, because there's a lot of great communities here. Every quadrant, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, and central, um, they all have their own different vibes, their own different communities that might work for you or might not work for you. So, yeah, I'm not going to condemn any community or area or anything like that. I'm just going to tell you how it is, but I need to know you. I need to know what you like, what you're thinking. I know for me, I like older homes. I like mature trees around and that sort of stuff. So I'm more gravitating between, like, the northwest or the southwest communities because it's older. But my mom, she lives in the northeast. She lives in Temple. She absolutely loves it there, and she's been there for 30 years. So it just depends on you guys. So let me know in the comments the three things that you want in a community and a home, and I can tell you what neighborhood best suits you. Okay. So Calgary's job market is it's an interesting one. I think we're getting a lot of immigrants, we're getting a lot of interprovincial migration as well. And sometimes with immigrants coming from different countries, they don't have they have a high school diploma here, but it's not the same in Calgary, right? In Canada, they have to go back to school and they have to get their education. They got to get their GED, and they go from there. So there are jobs, like a lot of warehouse jobs, that are looking for individuals that I wouldn't say looking. I would say that you don't need a high school diploma. You can go in there and pack boxes or put it in trucks or whatever have you. So you see a lot of more immigrants in those jobs than other jobs. And then you have jobs like Tim Hortons, McDonald's, fast food restaurants. Um, you got a lot of those jobs too. And then you got jobs that you need your high school diploma. You need a college degree or university or whatever. But Calgary does have a lot of jobs. Alberta has a lot of jobs. We got the oil fields as well, if you want to go up north and do that. So there are jobs. The best thing that you can do is look for a job before you get here. You know what I mean? So get an interview, come down here, check out the city, do the interview, feel it out first before you take on that job and you go ahead and you start pursuing, living in Calgary. But is there jobs? Yes. And if you're from Toronto and Vancouver, I guarantee it that your job probably has a sister company or a warehouse or a facility here that you can get a transfer. Look into that, but jobs are pretty solid in Calgary. And to know, entrepreneurs, a lot of entrepreneurs in Calgary, especially Calgary. I would say Edmonton's more blue collared. Calgary's more white collared. Over the years, like back in the day, man, there used to be no restaurants. It used to be like just you got Red Lobster and Earl's and stuff like that. Ones that you see everywhere. But now you're getting a lot of people doing their own thing, entrepreneurs, new restaurants, new facilities. People are taking a chance on themselves. So that's beautiful to see. So definitely a city, if you want to make a name for yourself, if you want to bring your business over here that you might have in Toronto and Vancouver, it can definitely, be pretty good. Okay, now the house market. This is the biggest one. Um, Rental market is always up and down. So I'm a real estate agent that focuses on buying and selling. Now I'm not going to bring out the numbers because everybody's price and everybody's budget and what they're pre-approved for is different. Okay, so if you want information on that, just comment, go to tonylewis.ca, and I can give you more of the stats. I'm just going to go off the dome on feel and what I've been seeing. So the COVID days were crazy. Okay, multiple offers situations that Calgary hasn't seen before like that. That was like five, six, eight offers on the table, no conditions. That wasn't seen in Calgary. Okay. Um, Now it's cooled down. 2025, 2026 is looking kind of similar. 2026 looks like it's going to be a little bit better. But let me get into something. Um, Toronto prices and Vancouver prices, especially Vancouver, are pretty high. Okay, it goes back to what you want. What are you okay with, right? Are you okay with a townhouse? Are you okay with just a condo? Or do you want something more grand, like a two-story home or a bungalow with a huge yard? All of that changes. It changes, especially what quadrant of the city you're in. You're going to find if your budget is more 500 to 600,000, that you might be more in the older communities in Northeast, Northwest, Southeast, and Southwest, and that's okay. But if you want a newer home and you want to be in the Northwest Calgary, then you might be a little bit more higher than that. You're at 600 to like $800,000. So it depends on you guys again. It depends, right? I would say we're really more competitive when it comes to prices than the other guys, because in Toronto, your condo, two bed, two bath, it's pretty high. When you get there, you can come over here and get a house, but it just depends on what type of house you want. Do you want an older, newer house, meaning it's fully renovated, or do you want a spanking brand new house nobody's lived in, and then what part of the city that you want to be in, and then I can tell you your price. It's just hard for me to say how the housing market is, because everybody is so different. The condo market here right now is competitive, right? There's a lot that's out there for sale, so it's definitely a buyer's market with that. But when it comes to detached residential single family homes, it depends on the community. Something that's in, I don't know, Auburn Bay. Auburn Bay is a very family oriented neighborhood that a lot of people want to be in. And if you have a developed basement and you have the garage that's attached, then yeah, you might be going pretty quick. But something else, somewhere, maybe let's say in the Northeast, let's say in Temple, where my mom's at, things might be a little bit different there because it's an older community, right? So it depends on you guys. So in the comments again, or contact me, just let me know what type of house that you're looking for, what type of style, what type of lot that you want. And if you want a big backyard or next to a pathway or a certain school or facility, and I can tell you a range what price that it's going to be. Okay. Okay, so lifestyle and quality of life in Calgary. This is this is a hard one for me, man. Okay, so my mom is from Trinidad. My dad's from St. Vincent. My wife is from Guatemala. I love the heat. I love the humidity. Okay? I really love the humidity. I try to go every year and go somewhere tropical. Now, Calgary's not like that. It's very dry, especially if you're from Vancouver and Toronto. Toronto, you got the Great Lakes, and Vancouver, you got the ocean. So the humidity is a lot higher. Calgary is very, very dry. Okay, we got humidifiers going on in every single room, especially in winter. It is just dry. My hands get super. I'm always washing my hands, so I'm always creaming my hands. So get ready for that when you're coming to Calgary. That it's gonna be dry. Okay. We already talked about the weather and how that is. It's an up and down yo-yo effect. It's not just consistent at all. I also think that people that come down here from Toronto, Vancouver, you guys have a lot of things going on. A lot of and all year around, you guys got people coming and doing concerts. You guys got events. You guys do a lot. Toronto, you got, the Raptors. You guys got hockey. You guys got baseball. You guys have a lot going on. So sometimes when you get here, and I have family in Toronto, my grandma's there, my cousins, my brother. I have a lot of family in Toronto, and I have a lot of Vancouver family that's on my dad's side. So I know both. Um, Anytime my brother comes here, he's good for a week. He's like, I'm bored. I'm bored. There's nothing to do here. The city feels like the country, and some people that's great because they want quietness, man. When I go to Toronto, it's just way too fast paced. It's crazy. It's always go 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 here, go over there. Here, you take a step back, and it's more calm. It's more chill. There's no 401 highway that you're sitting at for 2 hours. Everything moves smoothly to Calgary, yeah, Calgary standards. Um, but if you're looking like it's going to be some mini Toronto and there's going to be a whole bunch of things to do, that's not the case, especially in the winter months. Now, in the summer is different. We have a lot going on. We have a lot of events and outside things to do. Stampede is a huge, big thing for the city that brings in a lot of people, a lot of attractions, a lot of, artists that come here and sing and stuff. So that time is great. I would say, yeah, between May and August, Calgary's pretty good. It's bumping. There's a there's a lot to do. But after that, there's not much to do. So just make sure you look at that and keep that in mind before you leave the hustle and bustle. And if there's always something to do in Toronto, Vancouver, to come to Calgary, because you might be a snooze fest. You might be a little bit bored. I like that. I like just relaxing and chilling. I don't like the weather too much, but I like how calm and peaceful it is compared to those other cities that I've been to. Okay, so just let you know right now, that's just how it is. So I'm happy to share with you guys my thoughts in Calgary. I'm rooted here. I'm from here. I love this place. Anytime I leave for a long time, a month or two, I start missing it. I'm missing it a lot, no matter if it's summer, springtime, winter, fall, or whatever it is. Calgary is home. And I hope that Calgary can be home for you guys as well. So give me a call, contact me. I would love to help you guys out with getting over here, understanding more what Calgary is all about, and if it's a right fit for you guys. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.